I meet a lot of people and they tell me, TJ, I missed on this opportunity. TJ, I missed on this opportunity. And I look at that and I'm like, how many opportunities have we missed? So in this video, I am going to be sharing with you round about 4, maybe I'll throw in a bonus, which will be 5, of tips that you can literally be able to take, or should I say, seize an opportunity in the lifetime of an opportunity. I am sure so many times we have gone out there and we have missed an opportunity, and I don't want you to miss any opportunity, and that's what this video is all about. Yeah, if you've never been here, my name is TJ. We talk about anything and everything around money on this channel. Number 1, what are we going to be talking about? Tip number 1 is basically to say to you that in whatever opportunities that you want to dive into, and I don't think that this is about money alone, because opportunities are everywhere. They might not be about money. They might be about maybe just other, for as long as there are opportunities. So how do you seize the opportunity in its lifetime? Because an opportunity comes and goes. And I'm sure you've already realized that. So the first thing that you need to be doing is you need to learn how that opportunity works. So I'm going to marry it to something that I do, which is real estate. And there is so many strategies in real estate. There is strategies from doing what we call buy and hold, which means that you're buying properties and you're holding them for rental purposes. Some people call it buy to let. Some people like to flip. So they flip property. So in other words, they buy a property and then they flip it, or they buy a land and then they flip it, right? Or buy a building and then you flip it. Doesn't matter. So you're flipping. That's what you do. Or you do student accommodation. Well, let me maybe talk about student accommodation because it's been topical, or it's a hit these days, right? So here is the thing about learning. If you're looking for a particular opportunity, it's pointless of you talking about this opportunity, going around saying, I want to do this, I want to do this, but actually you're not learning around this opportunity. So the first tip that I want to talk about is learn. How are you going to learn? Number 1, who in your circle is doing student accommodation? If student accommodation, that's what you want to do. Maybe you want to buy gold. The other day I met another brother who buys coins. Yes, coins, old coins. So how do you know that these coins are legit? You have to learn what it's all about. So whatever opportunity it is, you have to learn. Learn by starting to just see people who are around you. That's number 1. And then number 2, learn to see whether there is professional people amongst you who are doing what you're doing. And I know a lot of people, they don't want to learn because they don't want to part away with their money. How are you going to learn when you can't part away with your money? You went to high school, you went to university, and you went to a college. Your parents did part away with money, right? So learning will be expensive, but I'm not saying break your bank for you to learn. So that's the first thing. How? But there's other ways of learning. Right here, you are learning. So high five to you, right? Good stuff. The other way of learning is that you can buy books. I'm a big fan of reading books. You can learn so much from there. So that was tip number 1. Learn. Tip number 2 is explore. So now that you have learned, you've got the information on what this opportunity is all about. This time around, explore. The more you're exposed to so many different things, let's talk about you are wanting to learn about that topical conversation of student accommodation. You yourself has never been in a student accommodation before, and now you are wanting to own a student accommodation. So tip number 2 is for you to go and explore what a student accommodation looks like. So maybe before you actually buy, you want to go and look at that student accommodation. What do they offer? You want to go and look into that student accommodation. What do they offer? You want to go and look at as many student accommodation around. And that way you can start to see, the kitchen looks like that. The bedrooms looks like that. Hey, that other property, they had security. And with that, you start creating what you think your student accommodation is. So exposure is very important. So expose yourself to as many of these things that you can whilst you are learning. And when you do that, then you are able to identify, or you are able to see what that opportunity looks like tomorrow when it does come in. So I've given you 2 so far, and I'm just going to jump on to number 3. And my number 3 is basically, there are so many people out there that have these opportunities. How do you make sure that you can reach out to them? Well, the first thing is that you need to engage with people that have those opportunities. So that's tip number 3. Engage people that have opportunities. So let's talk about it. If it is in real estate, who are you going to engage? You need to engage estate agents, yes, because they have the opportunities, right? You need to engage maybe sourcing agents because they can bring you the opportunities. You need to engage maybe landlords because maybe they're wanting to sell. So now your whole idea of when you are looking for opportunities now, because you have learned, you have explored, right? And now you're engaging those people, your chances of identifying an opportunity when it does come by, you would be able to seize this, because when it does come through, you are able to see that, yes, that is opportunity that I'm looking for. And who knows, once you are engaging, you may actually be able to identify it. Next tip. Once you start engaging these people, create your relationship. Right. I always say business, it's not about money. Yes, it is about money. The output of it is about money. But how you actually create that money is to create relationships. I've always people that say that, hey, the deal was done on the golf course. Well, I'm not one of those people that play golf. One day I'll get there, who knows. But the bottom line is that they had a relationship. That's why they were at the golf course. I've heard people that say, the deal was closed at the bride. Well, I'm learning how to be a bride master. I'm getting good at it. I no longer burn meat anymore. So yeah, I'm okay. Anyway, let's not talk about bride. A story for another day. But the bottom line of relationships is that find the stuff in which you can do to create or formulate your relationship with these people that can bring you deals, or with people that have deals, so that when you are engaging them, you are not engaging them from a cold perspective. You know each other as bras. And I mean bras here in terms of either men or female. Like in the Bible, they talk about men being in the female or male, right? Yeah. Okay, good. Let's talk on to next point. So now you've got these relationships. You always make money through relationships. Because if you are my bra, right, and I have an opportunity, surely I am going to go to you because you are in my circle. And for that reason, that's how the bro comes in to be great. Point number, next one, right. Now that you have done all of these things, what you now need to do is you need to make sure that your house is in order. What do I mean by your house is in order? I see a lot of people all the time, if not every day. There's an opportunity that comes by and they are wanting to buy maybe, let's say, a property or a deal. So they now go out there and then they say, I'm going to buy it, but I don't have a company. And then I'm like, whoa, you don't have a company? Yes, no, I don't have a company. So I need to go and register a company and then I'll come in. Okay, so you were looking for the opportunity, but you were not prepared. A company is how much to create? I don't know, 1,000 Rand, somewhere there. And you're done. And now you wait for your deal to come by. So already you have done all of these things, but the one pinnacle thing of you closing the deal in your name, in your company, is not there. And for that reason, you lose a deal of where you could be making 20 grand, where you could be making $1 million, and then for a stupid company, you miss it. You see, I'm frustrated already because I see it happening all the time. So what do I mean by make sure that your house is in order? Right. Number one, how are you going to buy that company? Number two, do you have all of your FICA documents? Number three, are you going to go and apply to the bank or not? If you're going to be applying to the bank. Number four, do you actually have anyone who is going to be helping you to do all of these things? Now, all of these things that I'm talking about can be done prior. You don't have to do them at the time of the opportunity. So basically what I'm trying to say here is, what are some of the things that you need to do long before the opportunity comes that you can already line up? So do you have money for the deposit? No. Do you have someone else that you've lined up to JV with? Yes. Right? So what comes first? Some people are like, TJ, what comes first? Is this the egg? Is it the chicken? Well, I just want you to be prepared so that in the lifetime of the opportunity, you can seize that. That's what I'm here for. And that's what I'm talking about within this video, so that you are well prepared. I'm hoping that this video has helped you to actually create a foundation or a formula in which you can be able to use, but I don't know you. So I can't say to you that you need checklist. But basically, if I am to put it in a checklist, the things that I would say right on top is that the first one is, number one, you need to learn, right? That's number one. Number two, you need to give yourself some exposure. Number three, you need to engage those that have opportunities. Number four, you need to create your own relationships as you go along. Number five, you need to have your house in order. And that house that I'm talking about is everything, is your FICA in line. Do you have someone who's going to help you to apply? Do you have this money that you're looking for to do renovations, to do deposits, and so on? Are you ready to receive a deal? And at that time, when you are ready, and when that deal comes through, that opportunity, when it comes through, you seize it in its lifetime. And that's how you make money. And everyone else starts wondering how you make your money. Simple. You were prepared. So the crux of this video is preparedness. I know I've mentioned it to say, how do you seize the opportunity in its lifetime? And that's what this whole video are about. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, now is the time to subscribe. And if this information has been helpful, pass it on. We'll see you later.